Okay, peace greeting to everyone. So, I would like to make a video on how to start React application. So, whether you are using HP, Dell, or any kind of a system. So, the first thing you have to check is probably you have Node installed on your system. So, if you did not have Node on your system, so you can just type node .js. So once you type node.js, you can visit the first website you have on your link like this. You can visit the first website. So once you click on it, is to run JavaScript program. So you will see the available ones in which you can download. If you are on Windows or any other versions, you can download the latest versions that you have. Then you click on download in order to have Node on your system. So once you do that, you can use the command prompt by typing cmd here to check the version of Node on your system by typing node-v, which is also the same thing as version. So it's either you type version or you type v, then you press enter. So it's going to tell you the version of Node that you have on your system. So I'm currently having 2.217, and you can see the latest version is 24.1. So if I want to do that, I can download this or try to upgrade the one I have. So once I have this Node installed on my system, I can make use of React. So in order to start a React application, let me create a folder. I'm going to give the folder a name called Start React. Let me just give it Start React. So once I have the Start React, so I can open the folder because I want the React application to be inside this particular folder. But for me, I do have one of the stuff, something called Git batch, which I use. So I will right click and open this particular folder. Instead of using this cmd, I can also use this Git batch. So this Git batch and this also do the same functions. You can see I'm on desktop and I've opened the folder of what? Start React. So in this particular folder, this is where I want to create my React application. And one of the things that you see that you have to be important is this: you should make sure that you have internet connections. So if it doesn't have Git batch or anything, all what you just have to do is you can open your cmd. You can see your cmd is in user, so you can just write your npm. So you can just write npm create vit at latest. Then you include the name of the folder in which you want to create the React application inside. So you can use my app, maybe my app. So what is it going to do now? npm is going to create vit because it's vit we are using to install our React application. Before, like I said, we can make use of npm create React app, but now we make use of this vit in order to do that. So once you do this, then you press enter. It's going to download the React application inside this my app. But for me here, I have already created a folder called Start React. Then I have opened it with this. So I will just run my npm create vit at latest, that is the latest version dot. So once I do this, it's going to download the React application inside this Start React app. But if you have not created any folder where you want it to download, you have to put the name of the folder like this, my app, inside it. Then it's going to download the Vite application, it's going to download the React application inside this folder. But for here, I'm already putting it inside this particular folder. That is why I include dot. Then you just press enter. So during this course, it's going to start is going to download all React application inside this particular uh, folder. Then it might give a set of instructions in which we just have to follow. So having those instructions, we follow it. Then we have to do the needful. Then we set up our React application. So we have to hold on a little bit in this particular aspect. You can see need the following package, create React, which is create Vite at this latest version. Then I click on yes. Why is what? Yes. Yes. So you can see it's already loading. Yeah, so it's going to ask me that okay, I'm already creating React. Which type of framework do I want to use? So I want to create React. So I will scroll down to where I have React. Then I click on enter. It's going to ask me, do I want to use this variant like TypeScript, all this kind of blah blah blah. So I will only focus on JavaScript. Then it's going to ask me that okay, install with npm and start now. Then I just have to type yes. So once I type yes, you can see it will start installing everything, all the dependency that is needed. So this might take a while. Then we have to shorten this video here. Then once it's done, we can continue explaining what I want to say. So we have to hold on till everything is being installed. It has to have good internet and no interruption of internet. So all the dependency will be downloaded. Yes, you can see now we have everything running correctly. After downloading all the dependency, is we have the local host which is running at the current position now. So all what we just have to do now is to check the local host of what we have run. So we have this one for the network and we have this one for the local host. What you just have to do is to copy this URL, then you go to your browser, then let me cancel this, then you paste it here. So once you paste it here, we can see documentation for Vite has already been. We can see the local host is working. So the next thing that is important here is for us to check all the dependency that has been downloaded. So for me to check that, let me click on this. This is the name of the folder which I created, which is start React. So let me open it. You can see we have a lot of modules that has been downloaded inside it. So now let me open it on VS Code so that everyone can see what I'm talking about. So I'm trying to open it with VS Code now. So if you use Git batch, all what you just have to do is open the folder, then you type code dot. It will automatically open the project file on VS Code. So that is what it does. So now I'll be able to explain everything inside this folder in a couple of minutes. Then you can do the same thing. So anytime you want to start your React applications, you can follow the process. I think it's going to be an easy one for everyone in order to start that. is open now, so I can get started. So you can see, let me enlarge it very well. The first thing is going to come with all these node package modules. All the node package modules is going to come along with it. It's going to come along with all these node package modules. It has a lot inside it. It's not really something that is needful, but you just have to be there whenever you are installing React application. So it's asking me, do I trust this file? And I said yes. So the next important thing is public. All the images you see on this particular place, they are from what? The public. This two image icon that you are seeing here is part of what you can see. But the major important place that is that determine of what everyone can see is this SRC. This SRC, you can see assets where we have all the Vite logo, the React logo, and the Hero logo. So part of all what you can see in this user interface. So now, if you check for the assets, if you want to put your images, the one that determine everything is this app.js. Everything you can see on the screen comes from this app.js. Everything you can see here is what is being encoded here. So if I want to change it to maybe one particular thing, I can just change this. Instead of this get started, you can see this get started here. I can change it to student learning React. Students learning React. So once I do this, then I come to my live server here, then I refresh. I should see student learning React. Oops, what's wrong? Where is my H1? I should see students learning React. Okay, I think the page is still loading. We ought not to see this get started again. Yeah, you can see now we have students learning React. So anytime we make any changes here, this is where we write all our code inside this app.js. We keep on writing all our code, but when we are now dealing with large projects, we can now keep on arranging our work in components. So the basic lesson for today is how to start our React applications. Thank you and God bless you. Please don't forget to click on subscribe button for next video.